Folks, business owners, man, let's get together, you and me, just you and me. You got a product you're passionate about. Let me endorse it, man. We can make some money. Beautiful music, you and I, you and me. Here's what you do. You text PK 57500, and our sales staff will take care of the rest. Let me spell it for you. Text PK, that's PK, to 57500, and I will help you make money. I promise you, I'll help you make money. It's a fact. And I deal in facts. That's all. I'm just about facts. Facts.
Story in the football world, and I suppose this could change, but nonetheless, it's a topic people have wondered about and speculated about for a while. Who will be the number one pick in the 2026 NFL draft? And a lot of people assume Archie Manning. Now he's got to have a good year at Texas. This is his first year starting full-time. We've seen him play in snippets here. But his grandpa, Archie, thinks the speculation misplaced. Points out the uncles, Peyton and Eli, stayed in school for the duration. They didn't come out early. And Eli ended up a number one pick. Peyton was a number one pick. Of course, Archie was a number one pick. And as far as leaving early, the elder Manning, the patriarch, says he does say that he hasn't talked to his grandson about this particular issue. He says, but Archie isn't going to do that. He'll be at Texas. That's what he told Texas Monthly's SC Glenn.
I haven't talked to my grandson, but I'm telling him what to do.
Apparently. Or maybe it's just the assumption that runs in the family.
Oh, that doesn't sound like an assumption.
Don't hurry up life. Enjoy your college years. There'll be plenty of time in the pros. Take it from the three of us who spent plenty of time in the pros.
Yeah, but that doesn't sound like advice, though.
No, Arch isn't going to do that. Sounds like a definitive statement.
It do. Yeah.
But the story says he said he has not spoken to his grandson about his plans for the after the 2025
Well, maybe
season.
Olivia has.
Little workaround there.
And so he's getting it from his wife, who's the grandmother. If you're an athletic figure and I know your spouse's name, she's getting too much run.
Yeah.
And we saw for many years Archie and Olivia.
Sitting at games.
Yes. I don't want to know your wife's name. Keep her out.
Too bad. You do.
Obviously, if that's what he wants to do, that goes against the grain in football, being a dangerous sport. And who knows? You can ask Bosco this. Didn't he suffer a nasty injury that prevented him from
had a shoulder
exploiting
injury.
an NFL career?
Went to the Packers, but it didn't really go anywhere. But
Yeah.
I think it actually, we can have him on, but his undefeated season was his junior year, but I think he was kind of managing the injury his senior year.
Right.
One of those things you got it and couldn't get right no matter how much time he had.
Now, I don't think that financially it's going to make a whole lot of difference for the Mannings.
They seem to have that part of the equation
Right.
in pretty good shape. Yeah.
I think it bodes well for a guy like Spencer Fano. Maybe he can move up.
One less player in front of him.
Maybe so.
Because quarterbacks do tend to go. Even if they don't go one, then they line up and it's, 3 of the first 5 or whatever.
The higher you get picked, the more money you make.
Yep. Move up another slot.
Yeah. And
Fano is top 10 wherever you look.
I saw a list of potential first-round picks, and his name was on it.
Yeah.
But he still has eligibility. And if I were Mr. Fano, I would say Spencer absolutely is going. Offensive lineman? You don't want to risk that, man. They pretty much tape your body up head to toe when you go out there and play.
Yep.
Because you can.
And it is just luck, Somebody next to you is wrestling with somebody and they roll up the back of your leg and
where most of the injuries are.
Right.
They don't see it coming. It's after the fact even. So, yeah. If that's what he wants to do, fine. I mean, he doesn't have the pressure of money like a lot of these kids do. I mean, we've talked about, who was it? We had one of the coaches on. I can't remember who it was when we were down in Texas. Either Kansas State. But he said that these kids are already supporting their families, and there's pressure on them now to be the breadwinner at 18, 19, 20 years old.
Yeah, and not just the players who are getting the most money, but the players who are getting
any money.
40, 60, 80,000. Yeah, that's
a lot of pressure on them, and a lot of them may not be equipped to deal with that. Maybe some of them are, or the best situation is that I don't need it. I read a thing that Shohei Ohtani's mother still works. Obviously, she wouldn't need to. He's got plenty of money,
right?
But she wants to, and that's probably the best situation. Is that okay, son or daughter? You've made all this money. Good for you. I mean, you can give us. We've seen. I saw a thing one time. A ball player who got drafted wrote his parents a note and that he was paying off their house, and they start crying, and but.
Car, house, motorhome, we've heard those kind of stories. A big gift.
And that's really cool that you can do that. But the deal with the Mannings is that they do not need any financial pressures to run to the NFL. And that's great for them. And if the only thing is that now this becomes a story. With Archie saying it, it becomes a story the whole season.
It does, but it feels to me like it was already a story. I mean, I've read stories before. The thing is, it escalates a story. There was already the speculation, well, he could come out willy. Well, his uncles didn't. Everybody knows the background.
If the kid says, I don't know, you can ask me 1,000 times. And if I keep saying, I don't know, you're not going to ask me 1,001 times. So, no, I think this becomes a story. It becomes now you've got something definitive. Where before it was just speculation. Yeah. Every kid who is a potential NFL player and has eligibility left, it's a story.
Yeah.
But if they just say, I don't know, we'll see, well, you're not going to keep asking it. Now this kid's going to get asked 1,000 more times. So this becomes a story unto the other story. It always is a story. Yes, Spencer Fano, as we get near the end of the season, people will ask him about that. And I don't know what his answer would be, but I'm sure that'll be something, particularly as we get into November. Now, if they're playing in the title game, it's not as big of a story because the story is you're going to Dallas next week to play School X in the title game with a chance to go to the playoff. That's the overwhelming story. But if you're not in that situation, will you play in a bowl game? If they don't make the title game, the Holiday Bowl, whatever bowl, I don't know, whatever contracts. Do they still have another year of contracts? The Pac-12, I think they do, don't they?
I think you're right. Yes.
Yeah. So. One of their bowls that has a Pac-12 allegiance that they have to have them play. That becomes a story. Are you going to play in that game? Because you're an NFL guy. But if you're playing a playoff, well, most likely you're going to go, and that supersedes it. So that'll be interesting at that point. But if the kid wants to stay, it isn't done necessarily. And I don't know that. He needs it because he hasn't played this season, and we haven't really seen him play week after week after week, and we'll get that. And if he lights the world on fire, would that change it? If he's okay, if he's a disappointment, there's any way of scale there. But if he clearly is dominant, that would be unusual. But if that's what he wants to do, great.
And he does it, right.
You might want to talk to Matt Leinart.
Well, there was a little loss of value there.
Yeah.
His junior year, he was on fire.
Yeah.
Senior year, not so much.
And he was big man, not on campus, in the city, because there was no pro football.
Right.
And SC was the glamour, sexy team. I think they had to create a rule to stop having Snoop Dogg and all the
1,000 celebrities on the sideline.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Right. And so, he was all that. He was, Bryn Cameron was having his baby. You remember that?
Was that while he was in school? I don't remember the timing of it. I remember it happened, but I don't remember the timing.
But Bryn Cameron had his baby.
I remember that.
And you know who had Bryn Cameron's brother's baby?
You almost went Madonna there. Who?
Tiger Woods' ex.
Aha!
Did you know that?
I think now that I didn't, but now that you tell me that, I think you've told me that before.
Jordan Cameron. And their mom, wasn't she like homecoming queen or something at BYU?
I don't know.
Yeah. She's a Cravens.
Look at you work the family trees.
You know who else is a Cravens?
Joe.
Kyle Whittingham's sister.
Oh.
By marriage. There's that connection there. Jordan Cameron, who went to play basketball at BYU.
You'll have to draw that up during the break.
Oh, it's very simple to follow.
Okay.
Jordan Cameron has 3 children with Elin Nordegren.
Yeah, he just looked it up.
Oh, okay. There you go. Way to go, Yak.
I knew he had at least one. I just wanted to, but it's 3.
Okay, 3. Yeah. Right. Move over, Charlie. So Jordan Cameron, in a sense, is, I don't know that they're married, so can you be a stepfather if you're not married? To Charlie Woods. Because Jordan redshirted at BYU freshman year, didn't play basketball. He was on the team, and then went and played junior college tight. I think I read this in several years ago. He got drafted. He went to junior college, then went to SC, and I believe Cleveland Browns drafted him. So he was with the Browns, and I remember reading a story on his winding road, because that's a winding road to get to where you're at, right?
That is definitely a winding road.
And because of that connection there with Kyle, I think he sought advice from Kyle as to what he should do. Because obviously Kyle would know about football, and that at least that's what they said in the story several years ago. And then he goes and pursues it, and then ends up being an NFL tight end. Which, we've seen that. Now, is that the one position where you could be a basketball player, maybe receiver? But we've seen tight ends who maybe didn't even play, but they were basketball players. And then they go, and he
probably seen it a half dozen times.
Yeah. So
the body types work, and it usually tends to be the power,
skill set,
the power forward type.
Yeah, Tony Gonzalez did that. I mean, he played college basketball at Cal and was he's a Hall of Fame tight end, isn't he?
Yep.
Yeah. So that's probably the best example there. So you never know how it's going to play out. And with Leinart, Matt, his stock dropped. I often wonder, though.
Maybe his stock shouldn't have been that high in the first place? Or a product of a team?
Well, in retrospect, that's a wonder. I mean, that's worth wondering about. But my wondering about, so he was I think the Cardinals picked him like 10 or 11. Yeah. 10, was it?
I think it was 10.
And so he flushed out. He was making commercials mocking himself about flushing out in the NFL. But I wonder if he had come out, because you always hear, stay another year. You'll get better. That'll improve your stock for the NFL, right? Or whatever sport. I wonder, suppose he comes out after his junior year. In my mind, I have a hard time grasping that would mean he would have had a 10-year NFL career. You see what I'm saying? I have a hard time connecting those dots like that.
How would he have played? What team would he have gone to? Could another coordinator have helped him figure something out?
I don't buy that stuff.
Really?
No. I think it's on you.
So you think Alex Smith figured something out after 6 or 7 years? Because he becomes a much better quarterback.
Well, he got better. That's not a surprise, is it? You get better the longer you're in the league?
But I think of it more as gradual improvement, but sometimes it seems like it's a quantum leap, the quintessential, the light bulb went on kind of moment. And I just think that second half of Alex's career, the achievements are just a little bit of the individual stats and a lot of the team winning are just dramatically better. You can argue the team around him got better.
Yeah, but he was in the league. He stayed in the league.
Oh, yeah.
Leinart didn't even stay in the league.
Nope, flushed out.
So that's
Gone.
two different circumstances there.
Right, but it goes to how do people improve? And you're right, Alex is at a much higher level.
But he stayed in the league.
I know. It's a much higher level, yeah. And the whole league gave up on Leinart.
Yeah.
I mean, somebody else could have picked him up and then
Well,
won
they
it.
did. I think he went to Houston.
Well, briefly, yes.
But it's like Josh Rosen. He's a first-round pick, wasn't he? In fact, I think he was a first-round pick of the Cardinals, too.
Wait a minute, I'm seeing a trend.
Wasn't he?
Come out a year earlier and don't go to the Cardinals.
I believe he was, wasn't he? And
I think
then
you're right.
he didn't last.
He was in Arizona. I can't remember the order because he bounced around. It was 3 or 4 teams, and he was out.
Yeah, to me, those are washouts. Alex Smith
Struggled, but he didn't wash out.
He's not a
obviously.
washout
No.
whatsoever.
As a matter of fact, he stayed with the same team for a long time.
Yeah.
Didn't even do the bounce to the second or third team.
Sure, you can argue he would have had better stats if the team was better. I get that.
Yeah.
But, I mean,
But how much of that was on him?
He
How much
answered
the group around
and
him?
passed the tests.
Yes. And like I said, I thought it was a quantum leap. And
Well,
something
that's
clicked,
fine.
and I wonder if it's like the coach came in and whether it's building
Sure,
offense.
but that's over there. I don't think that applies to Josh Rosen and Leonard.
Well,
if you
because they're
can't
out of
even
the
stick
league,
in the league as a
there's-
third-team quarterback,
there's-
that's on you. That's not on some coordinator.
And there's 32 teams all deciding that together.
Yeah.
I'd rather take a chance on guy X over here than on you.
That's the Jimmer Fredette thing. Oh, if he wouldn't have gone, okay, but he went there and he went there and he went there and he went there.
And eventually, yes, the league has spoken.
Yeah. So I have a hard time believing that if Leinart would have come out the year before, things would have changed so dramatically. It seems to me the story from the NFL perspective, we'll never know, but it would have ended the same way. So in a sense, if that was the case, he made the right decision to return and at least have all that glory and fun times, because the NFL, he didn't have any fun times. So why not stay another year and play 13 games or whatever it was they played back then and enjoy all that glory with your guys, your boys, and all that stuff. Now, Leinart is doing quite well for himself as a broadcaster. So,
He's crushing it.
Yeah.
No bouncing around there.
Right.
Fox signed him. They put him in a chair on a show.
Yeah.
And he is there every year.
Right.
I mean, it's really subjective. I think he's good at it, but I mean, clearly they do too. Because
Well, they do. That's all that matters.
They rotate through guys.
Nobody cares what you think.
Left and right. I realize they rotate through guys left and right.
Or
when they
what I
don't.
think.
Yeah. I mean, just watch ESPN's NBA pregame show for 20 years. They'll rotate through people every single year.
Yeah.
Famous people.
Where's John Barry these days?
I don't know.
I thought he was good.
Yeah, well, somebody else didn't. Couldn't make up their mind.
Even though one time at Uncle Bill's in Manhattan Beach, he wouldn't even look up to me when I said hello to him. And as a player, he couldn't have been more fun. He saved me from big-time embarrassment.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah.
What happened?
At the arena, across the street, Delta Center, when I was doing NBA stuff for the Watchdog,
Yeah.
I would go and get stuff for Sunday.
Mm-hmm.
And so I'd go pregame and talk to guys because the locker room's open for 90 minutes. And you can't go in the training area. And the training area for the home team, like around the corner in the locker room, in the visiting locker room, it's just one big locker room.
It was, yeah. At that point, they've redone it. But yes, at that point, it's a training area is an area, and there's no line about when it starts or ends.
Right. It's not around the corner. Right. So I was waiting to talk to him because I knew he was glib, and I caught his eye, and he gave me the come on over.
Yeah.
He was getting taped up. He gives it to me.
But the person taping him doesn't
Just
see
starts
it.
screaming at me.
They don't see it, and so they're
right in front of everybody. It was his time to be boss.
right.
And John says, dude, relax. I said it was okay. I would never have approached him. I know the protocol.
Yeah.
But John gave the okay. Yeah, but I thought he was really good. But now you never hear him to your point. I don't know what he's doing.
DJ and PK. Well, apparently he's in Manhattan Beach at Uncle Bill's.
He was that time.
All right.
This was years ago.
Nice. All right, DJ and PK, it's 97.5. Well, you know, I was down there and for a wedding like 13 months ago.
Sorry, Yak.
And I saw one of the berries, but I didn't know which one it was. Where we were eating.
Brent
They walked in and out.
has a house there because he was buddies with Locke. And at the Hermosa Beach Open, I went up to him and I said, hey, I work with David Locke. And Brent, I hate that guy. And so I said, let me take a picture. I'll send it to him. And so me and Brent are, arm.
Yeah.
Of course, my arm's up here.
Yeah.
And so Brent lived there
Yeah.
in the Hermosa area.
Yeah, it was some cafe type deal we were eating. He just got an order to go and breezed in and breezed out. But I didn't want to say something because I wasn't sure which Barry it was as he blew by. All right, DJ and PK, when we come back, Jason Christ, Real Salt Lake joins us. Robbie Bosco, former BYU quarterback at the top of the 9 o'clock hour. Stay with us.